Hey guys, and welcome to the Bayern View. Hopefully everybody is doing a-okay. Bit of a different way of doing videos. I've got the missus phone, which I've sent screenshots to. We're recording on my phone with the little microphone, which hopefully I'm not too loud. But yeah, bless up to everybody. Hopefully everybody is doing a-okay. And let's get into this video. If you haven't already, please do smash the likes, hit the subscribe button. And without further ado, we are going to be talking about Kingsley Coman, him, Al-Nassr, will he move, will he not move, so on and so forth. So yeah, hopefully go on to enjoy. Like I said, please do smash likes, hit the subscribe button, and let's go. So I've just screenshot all of the tweets that I could find. There's a good amount of them. So yeah, I've screenshot. There's seven pieces of news, and I won't lie, I'm a bit late to them. If I'm being 100% honest. Let's go all the way to the end one, which is this one. Um, so it goes on to say the following: Al-Nassr have submitted an offer to Kingsley Coman, 25 to 25 million net per year, with a contract running until 2028. Coman has yet to make a decision. Bayern are informed, but sorry if you can hear the family, they're in the room. Al-Nassr have yet to submit a bid. And then it says the talks between Al-Nassr and Coman are advanced. Then it goes on to say the signs are currently point towards the departure of the Frenchman. There's still no formal offer slash bid from Al-Nassr to Bayern. And then it goes on to say Coman is on the list of players allowed to leave. A move is becoming increasingly likely. Sorry, I can't speak English. And then yeah, they're keen on him and da 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 da. They did bid. Where's the bid? Let me find the picture of the bid because they did bid. So yeah, okay, there it is. Al-Nassr have made an official bid to Bayern for Kingsley Coman. Sorry if you can see the missus in the background; she's doing her hair. Bayern are open to selling the player, and Coman is not closing the door to a move to Saudi Arabia. He's quite open to that opportunity. Negotiations ongoing, work in progress. The move has very good chances to happen, and that's coming from Fabrizio Romano. So basically, most things are happening. Al-Nassr are preparing to bid in the region of 30 million for FC Bayern as they push for Kingsley Coman, and they're offering him a deal. So yeah, 30 million isn't really that much, to be honest with you. And like it says, Al-Nassr have reached a full agreement with Kingsley Coman on personal terms. The Saudi club is now in talks with Bayern to agree the reasonable fee. And then it says here, Kingsley Coman would more than double his Bayern salary in the case that he moves to Al-Nassr. He currently earns 17 million gross per year. Say gross again, because that is gross. So yeah, there's that. Meanwhile, in Saudi Arabia, he'd get between 20 and 25 million per year. Even though he has said during the Club World Cup that he wants to stay at Bayern, Koeman is now considering the move. And he was considering the move anyway, to be quite honest with you. I think that from what the reports saying, and obviously you can never necessarily believe the reports because you don't know if the reporter's just trying to get clicks for their website or whatever or not. But one thing that definitely needs to be said in this is from the reports before when Saudi were in for him or a Saudi club, it was said that his wife didn't want to move there. That's what was basically being said. Is that true? Is that not true? I don't have a clue. Obviously, they've got children and everything, so they're going to have to go through schools and all of that. Obviously, us Bayern fans and football fans don't think of the logistics at times. It's just get rid of the player, let's get some money in, so on and so forth. But that's not real. You know what I mean? Real life. You know what I mean? Like if I was to move, I've got to move the little one. You know what I mean? I've got to move the missus' job. You know what I mean? And all of this, find a house to live. You know what I mean? So it's kind of that concept. Sorry if I'm shaking the mic. Do I want him to go? 100%. Not in a bad way, not in a bad taste. I think he's given a good account of himself. He won us a Champions League with that goal. Obviously, Man is amazing in that Champions League final against PSG, but the winning goal was Kingsley Coman. He will always go down in history for that. And I think he's just a good player overall. Great player overall. But one thing that definitely needs to be said is I think 30 million is way too low. Now, one thing with the Saudis and Saudi clubs and so on, they are not stupid. The reason they have the amount of money that they have, okay, cool. You could talk about oil or whatever. I don't know. I don't know the logistics too much, so I'm not going to go into it. But it's basically that there's oil in that, though. They are smart. Look at what they're doing. Yes, okay, they're splashing money out on boxing. They've got the Newcastle and so on and so forth, and they got their own clubs and whatever, PIF or whatever it is. But at the same time, they're not stupid. You know what I mean? The reason they're offering Mbappe all of that money and Vinny all that money is because they are Mbappe and Vinny. You know what I mean? Kingsley Coman isn't prime Kingsley Coman anymore, not in my opinion. Now, thinking of where he would go, Al-Nassr is obviously the team that's planning on bidding on him and so on. For me personally, I think that would be a good fit for them. I don't know where Sadio Mane would play, but Kingsley Coman, Cristiano Ronaldo, Sadio Mane's in there. Obviously, Duran's moved, so yeah, I think that'd be good. I think that'd be a good move personally. And again, I just want him at the club, not in any malice or anything like that. Obviously, I call him Nabry and Serge and Sane. Sorry, I can't speak. The Three Stooges, but that is because they've been at the club way too long. You know what I mean? That's the problem. You know what I mean? He's won so many trophies with us. He's won a treble with us, a sextuple with us, as well as a treble. In that, he's won loads and loads and loads, and he's come up and he's a legend, bona fide legend. People might say that not now, but when he leaves and he comes back, or we speak about him in the future, you know what I mean? The reason is that it's not tarnishing his legacy right now, but what I mean by that is the fact that he's putting in these bit part performances obviously isn't helping what people think of him now. But look at what we think of Lewandowski. Look at what we think of Thiago. Look at what we think of players that have left the club. You know what I mean? So yeah, let me know what you think. Again, just saying that they're looking to bid around 30 million. I think that's still too low. If we can try and get 40 for him, I think would be perfect. 10 million is nothing to them. Again, they are smart with it though. So they might not do that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Smash the likes, hit the subscribe button, all of that good stuff. Sorry for the lack of content. We've been uploading at least once a day, but obviously I normally when the news comes out, it's snappy. But obviously here in Germany, I'm on holiday. I'm not really because I'm still working, doing these, but you get my point. But obviously I've got, my family, my loved ones here, so I want to spend time with them as well. And if I haven't lost a tiny bit of weight, which it doesn't look like it, from all of the walking, then I give up. I just give up. But yeah, anyway, that's beyond the point. Let me know what you think on Kingsley Coman. Smash the likes, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for the constant support on the channel as always. Keep it real, and I will see you guys very, very soon for some more videos. Yes, I'm here. Peace out.